Hi guys, it's another video on analysis and interpretation of financial statements, module 4 in your textbook. Today we're doing task 4.19, which is on the net asset value. Okay, the net asset value is a very important ratio. You get it in most exam questions. It's also a new one for you to learn this year. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so task 4.19 for Finsbury Limited. In 4.19.1, we need to do a calculation of the number of new shares issued on 1st September 20.1. So if you look at the ordinary share capital between the 2 years, you can see that there's been an increase in the ordinary share capital from 5.3 million to 3.7 million. This question actually wants to know how many new shares were issued on 1st September 20.1 and then the issue price of those shares. Now to calculate the number of new shares issued, all we have to do is work out the difference of the number of shares in issue at the end of the year. So if you look at the last line of the table, it says number of shares in issue at end of year. We have 2.2 million shares this year and 1.7 million shares last year. All you have to do is calculate the difference. So we're just going to calculate that difference, the difference in the number of shares, which is 2,200,000 minus 1,700,000. Okay, so that should give an answer of 500,000. So if we have 500,000 new shares were issued. Okay, so that's one part of the answer. Okay, the next part of the answer is the issue price. So now we're going to look at the actual ordinary share capital, the rand value. So we're going to take the difference in the ordinary share capital, which is the rand value, okay, and just work out the difference between the 2 years, right? So this time it's the rand value, 5,300,000 rand minus 3,700,000 rand. Okay, be careful with your zeros. So we calculate it. Okay, so we get 1.6 million rand. Okay, so this is the rand value, right? I'm going to write next to it, rand value of new shares. All we have to now do to calculate the price at which the new shares were issued is take our rand value and divide it by the number of shares. Okay, so to calculate the issue price, we're going to say it's equal to 1,600,000 rand divided by 500,000 shares. So we've got 3 rand 20. So the issue price is 3 rand 20 or 320 cents, whatever you prefer, right? I'm just going to put that here, 320 cents. So the new shares were issued at 320 cents each. Okay, the next part of the calculation is the important ratio that we have to calculate, which is the net asset value per share. The net asset value is very important. This tells a shareholder what they would get back from the company if the company went into liquidation. So what's the minimum amount they would get if the company went into liquidation? Right, so let's do the calculation. Now the formula here is ordinary shareholders' equity divided by the number of issued shares. Now ordinary shareholders' equity, in the return on shareholders' equity, we use the average shareholders' equity, where we take both years' figures and divide it by 2. Please note that this doesn't ask for the average, so we're not going to worry about last year's figures, we're only going to worry about this year's figures. Okay, so ordinary shareholders' equity, if you think of your balance sheet, it consists of share capital and retained income. Okay, so let's look at it. Look at your question. Ordinary share capital is 5.3 million for this year. Retained income is 770,000. You don't have to add it up yourself because it has been given to us. Ordinary shareholders' equity is 6,070,000. Now, if you don't need to do the addition, if the figure has been given to you, then don't waste your time doing it. It's not like you're going to get the extra marks for this. Okay, the number of issued shares. Now, the number of issued shares, this would be at the end of the year. So at the end of the year, we had 2.2 million shares in issue. Now, the net asset value, okay, is, we also need to multiply it by 100. Remember, it's not called return on something. So that means we're multiplying it by 100 because we want the answer to be in cents. If it's called return on something, the answer will then be a percentage. Okay, so we're going to multiply our answer by 100 so that it can be in cents. We're rounding off to 1 decimal place. Okay, cents. So in this case here, if the company goes into liquidation, the shareholders will get at least 275.9 cents back for the shares that they invested in the company. Okay, in 4.19.3 it says comment on your findings above. Okay, now if I was a new shareholder, I would not be too pleased with the situation here. Okay, because if I purchase my shares at 320 cents, and if the company went into serious trouble within a few months of me purchasing my shares, I would only get 275.90 back for my shares, and this would mean that I made a loss on my investment. Now it just sounds like sense, but remember, shareholders buy shares in batches, sometimes of 10,000 or 100,000 shares. So it does add up. Okay, so let's comment on the findings. We're going to say the net asset value Okay, so the net asset value is 275.9 cents. Remember to always bring the figures into your answers when you're answering. Okay, which is lower than the issue price of 320 cents per share. Okay, if you have time, you can calculate the difference by, we'll say 320 minus 275.9 by 44.1 cents. Okay, so new shareholders will make a loss on their investment if the company goes into liquidation. Okay, look at 4.90. You'll see later on that this will get more involved, so I'm just going to leave it for now. 4.19.4. A friend offers you 225 cents per share. Would you sell your shares at this price? Explain. Okay, so 4.19.4. Okay, now if you have shares in the company, that means that your shares have a net asset value of 275.9. You will not be willing to sell your shares at anything lower than 275.9 because then you will be making a loss on their value. Right? So if a friend offers you 225 cents, you would not sell your shares. So first you would say no. Remember, you always get a mark for no. Okay? Then you would say the price offered is lower than the net asset value of 275.9 cents per share. Okay, so that my friend has undervalued the shares and I will make a loss if I sell at 225 cents. Okay, and that's all for this question. Okay, so I would like you guys to do 4.18 for homework. Please send your questions to me on WhatsApp and I will send you the solutions. Thank you. Bye.